Hello everyone, Loremaster of Sotek here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. We do have a new article that's out, which is revealing kind of, I guess you could say, the last big, quote-unquote, big secret for this DLC or patch 3.0, which is, of course, the Mirrors of Madness. So, at long last, we finally get to find out what this thing is. It was announced months ago, at least weeks ago. It's kind of like an IGN thing, but let's dive in and see what the hell we're dealing with. So it says, well, fancy seeing you here. We may have wrapped up our look at the Forge of Chaos War's third and final Legendary Lord last week, but we're back once again with yet more hot drops arriving alongside update 3.0 on April 13th. First teased in autumn, oh yeah, so many months ago. The latest collaboration between Intel and Creative Assembly features 2 brand new game modes and is completely free for all Total War Warhammer 3 owners. Introducing the Mirrors of Madness. Ooh, that's a sexy piece of art right there with Kairos Fateweaver. That looks good. What is Mirrors of Madness? Mirrors of Madness is a free addition to Total War Warhammer 3, releasing alongside the Forge of the Chaos Wars and Update 3.0 on April 13th. It includes 2 new game modes, the Trials of Fate and the Infinite Portal. As a free DLC, it'll automatically be added. Cool. And it shows up at the Battle tab. So you can see here, you open up Battle, and then you'll have an Intel logo for Mirrors of Madness. And so, what are the Trials of Fate? The Trials of Fate are a series of intense survival challenges where players assume the role of a newly ascended Demon Prince of Tzeentch. Reaching back through time itself, you will fight for survival in 4 infamous battles from the past, before breaking through into the realm of Tzeentch and taking the fight to Kairos Fateweaver in an intense final showdown. Oh, that sounds kind of cool, to be honest. Endless waves of enemy combatants will grow in strength the longer you hold out, until at last the masses overwhelm you. To help players have access to some unique spells and abilities that could just tip the balance in their favor. The goal is to defend a capture point called the Shard. Doing so grants access to forbidden knowledge, which can be in turn used to upgrade the aforementioned spells and abilities. Take advantage of cataclysmic powers and mighty vortexes to send your enemies ragdolling across the realms in crazy physics-based chaos. The damage dealt and kills secured contribute towards your score. Do well enough and you'll unlock unique Tzeentch-themed Demon Prince parts for your Demon Prince that, as well as looking dang swanky, can be used in both the Realm of Chaos and Immortal Empire campaigns. Daniel has never looked better. That's really cool. That is super cool. So they're unlockable buffs or bonuses. I really like that. So basically, there's a new mode in the game. So we've had survival battles, right? Survival battles traditionally have been the kind of the finales of your Realm of Chaos campaigns. So you would invade like the different realms of chaos, or you'd fight Be'lakor at the Forge of Souls, or you'd fight the final battle for the Warriors of Chaos. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but those were functionally your survival battles where you had like all the bad guys swarming in, and then you could you'd be playing your army and you have to like take over the map and stuff. This is obviously quite a bit different, as there's only one location you take over, being the Shard. Once you've captured that, you just survive as long as you can. So it's truly a survival battle, as opposed to a survive until you win battle, it sounds like. It's a survive until you lose battle. That being said, I really like the idea of unlockable buffs, or unlockable body parts for Daniel. That's a very cool incentive to do this. Instead of just kind of having it where it's like, it's there, but like, there's no real reason to do it. It's just kind of like to have fun with it. I do very much like that. It sounds like it's got a bit of a storyline to it. And then, so it's 5 battles with 4 infamous battles from the past. I'm really curious what those are going to be. And then, the 5th being against Kairos, and you unlock Daniel body bits. That's really, really cool. That explains why there are Steam achievements for them. If you have not seen them, you can literally just log into your Total War Warhammer 3 account, go to the achievements, and if you scroll down, you'll see all these new weird achievements for like trials. So that seems to be what this is. I'm guessing that the body parts are bound to the different Steam achievements. So once you unlock all of the different once you've unlocked all those achievements, those will unlock the actual body parts for your Realm of Chaos and Immortal Empire campaigns. But I think that's super cool. I love the idea that Daniel can get expanded on, because right, like they could never really do a DLC for Daniel, right? Like he's never ever going to receive any more paid content ever again. You know, you can't just make like, oh, here's a second Demon Prince Legendary Lord. I still I still desperately wish they would move Be'lakor into Daniel's faction. I still desperately wish they would give Daniel a tech tree. Even if it's like a simplified one, I do wish he would have a tech tree just so his other generals get a little more easy loving that isn't directly tied to you specifically. And I do still think there need to be some tweaks done to his campaign, but we can talk about that another time. Moving on. So what is the Infinite Portal? So we see here, why do I feel like this pink horror is like a house realtor being like, yes, this is our next exhibit. Only $300,000 a month. And it has infinite cosmic space. The square footage is amazing. All right. The Infinite Portal grants you access to reality-bending features and settings, letting you tweak many aspects of the battle as you please, including the following. Okay, so this is literally the Skaven Laboratory from Warhammer 2, but it's branded under a new thing. Though, unlike the Skaven Laboratory, it actually comes with a new game mode, which is really cool. So you can tweak the following things: unit size, increase the number of soldiers per unit and their health, damage, increase the damage dealt by attacks, spells, etc. Impact force, increase impact, collision, attack force, and detonation force to send people flying. Increase base morale, increase the availability of winds of magic for spell casting. That's really cool. Increase the size of explosions and vortex spells. Very cool. Vigor cost reduction. Reload time, so make your units shoot faster. More ammo. More projectile penetration. Affect gravity. Larger or smaller ability radiuses, ability recharge, charge duration for charge bonus, entity scale for single units or single entities, and blood quantity. I feel like that's more than we had in the Skaven one. Granted, it's been a long time since I messed with the Skaven one, but I feel like the Skaven one was purely like I don't remember it affecting abilities. I think I could be totally wrong, but I could swear it was like unit size, impact force, gravity, entity scale, blood quantity. I remember all those. I don't remember it being like you could edit all the stats, like for everyone percentage wise. This will be a lot of fun. I don't, it's kind of like a pure sandbox where it's like, hey, here's all these tools, go have fun. So I imagine for the vast majority of people, it's kind of like going to be a one-use only thing. That being said, I think for modders, it could provide a lot of really interesting tools. Maybe not. Maybe they just have access to all this very easily already, and this is like, But maybe it'll have allow them to have some like easier little shortcuts and stuff like that. But I also do think that it could very potentially be very useful for people that make content for Total War Warhammer and like making videos, especially the channels that do a lot of cinematic stuff. Typically they rely very heavily on mods, but this might allow them some like easier functionality. Do you need to purchase Forge of the Chaos Wars for this? No, it's completely free and it's totally separate. Cool. Do I need an Intel 13th gen processor to play Mirror of Madness? No. It works fine. It's just it's an experiment, like a Skaven lab. It's an isolated environment to go crazy. Wow, that's a big old tornado. So yeah, should you notice a drop in frames, just lower your settings, please. Trials of Fate will also maintain a similar performance to the main game, though players who survive for a long enough time may find the sheer number of units on screen at once and later waves may stretch their resources. That's really funny. Please don't explode your computer. That's Mirror of Madness. For the latest breakdown, check out our Mirror of Madness showcase on the YouTube channel. Otherwise, when the time comes, please chop in and check it out. Awesome. I look forward to when we can mess around with that. We'll have to do all the trials soon. We'll be back next week with an absolutely gargantuan monster of an article with the patch notes. Okay, so the patch notes are next week, and then release. We're nearly there. Less than 10 days. Less than 10 days to go. So that's gonna be it for this. I'm not gonna wax super lyrical on it. I think the Infinite Portal, cool, whatever. The trials though, I really like the idea of the Trials of Fate. Very, very cool. I kind of hope that they add more trials in. with the other gods, because like this one is all Tzeentch themed, right? So if you're playing with Daniel, you're only going to be getting new Tzeentch body parts, it sounds like. I would love, even if they're like this one, obviously I think Intel was doing a lot of the heavy lifting, or at least paying for it. So, you know, they're like, oh, we got 5 battles, so there's probably gonna be a ton of them. I would love if like they're just like, hey, we decided to do a Khorne one, so here's like 1 to 3 trials, and then here's a Nurgle one, and here's a Slanesh one, and maybe even an undivided one. Because you can never have too many body parts. That is Daniel's entire gimmick. That's his whole thing. I wish it was tied to him specifically and not to the entire Demons faction. But one of these days, I'll get my changes for Be'lakor put in the game. But any event, let me know what y'all think. Let me know if any of this, like, are you interested in this? I do like that this is kind of adding more single player content outside of just like campaign and then like skirmish stuff. The more different ways you can play the game, the better. I will say that I have been told that we're allowed to show y'all the new survival battles, the endless battle modes. So I will be doing that today on stream. And some point tonight, it'll come out as a video. So if you happen to miss the stream, you can catch the video for it. But I'm really excited to dive into that because I actually think it's a ton of fun. It's a really cool, actually genuinely fun single player mode. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later today, hopefully. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow, definitely, because things are happening tomorrow. So take care.